Thank you so much. Thank you, Chairman and committee members, for giving me the opportunity to testify. My name is Sherry Leiwant. I'm co-president of A Better Balance, and we've been working on paid sick days laws around the country since 2006, since the first one was passed in San Francisco at that time, and helping to draft them. We're a legal advocacy organization that works on work-family issues and the ability for people to balance their ability to provide for their families and also care for them. I wanted to I know I don't have much time. I know we've been here a long time. So what I'd really like to focus on here is some of the misinformation that's been. So first of all, Rhode Island, it's wonderful that Rhode Island has a temporary disability insurance program and a temporary caregiver insurance program. I did work on the latter bill. That was passed in 2013. They're completely different from the paid sick days bill. The paid sick days bill is about the things that you'd heard about from all of these people, getting sick that day with a stomach virus or a cold or something that's making it so you can't go into work. The TDI program and TCI only deal with very serious illnesses. You can't use it for what we're talking about today. And it's also paid for by employees. It's an insurance program that's paid for by employees. There are many states actually that are going to be passing temporary disability insurance and TCI programs in the next year or so. We're working on a lot of those bills, including in your neighbor Vermont and Massachusetts, which now have sick days bills. In my own home state of New York City has a paid sick days bill covering 3.4 million workers, and on January of 2018, we're going to have a paid family leave bill as well. So that's all. They're completely different, apples and oranges, and the generosity of Rhode Island in having a TDI program, a TCI program, should not stop you from passing a paid sick days bill. I've also heard from people that this would be the most generous bill in the country, which is absolutely untrue. First of all, in terms of the family definition, which I think people have talked about, the nuclear family is under attack. It doesn't exist as it used to. The majority of people live in non-nuclear family situations now. There's a lot of statistics in my written testimony on how that is the case. This bill would recognize that reality. And I just want to quote from someone from one of our reports on the changes in the American family. My family is my safety net that protects my entire community. When my brother's ill, my other brother cares for him. My sister and I share caregiving for our mother. I'm there for my partner's 2 children who I have no legal relationship to. This is repeated over and over again, and I think what you want to do is cover all Rhode Island families, not just a few. And in terms of the carve-out, I also heard that there's no other states or cities that have that cover all businesses. That's completely untrue. And in fact, the trend has been to have no business size carve-out, to have no carve-out of sectors, and indeed. The majority of bills at this point do not have that carve-out, including some of your neighboring states. So this is an excellent bill. It's exactly like the bills that have passed all over the country. The growing momentum that you see on paid sick days, why there are 40 jurisdictions that have passed it, it's because it's incredibly popular with voters. It's incredibly popular with people. As you heard from other testimony, it's a very important bill for public health. And the business community, and I've sat through so many hearings where I heard exactly the same things from the business community saying it was going to be the end of the world. After it passes, that's simply not what people think. The Golden Gate Restaurant Association, after San Francisco passed, said it was one of the best policies they've ever seen. And I'll just close with an anecdote from my own work in New York, where one of the leading opponents of our bill in New York City, when he saw me and our sponsor walking after the bill had gone into effect, came over and hugged her and said, "This is the best thing you ever did for me, Gail. This is a great bill. It's really improved the morale of my workers. I'm actually giving them more paid sick days than the bill requires." So just in closing, thank you so much for entertaining this bill. It really is a good bill, and I hope we'll be celebrating its passage.
Thank you, Sherry.